You know, just last week my old neighbor Arthur stopped me while I was watering the geraniums. He shuffled over in his slippers, looked down at his feet, and said something that broke my heart a little. "Betty, when did I become the before picture? Isn't that just the way it sneaks? It isn't about turning back the clock, it's about opening windows you forgot were there." Now you might be thinking, "Betty, I'm 76. Isn't it a bit late for finding myself?" Oh honey, the poet Mary Oliver didn't publish her first book until she was 43. Grandma Moses picked up a paintbrush at 78. Colonel Sanders franchised KFC at 62. The most beautiful truth about life after 60. You've earned the right to explore purely for the joy of it. No report cards, no deadlines, just delight. So let's talk about 4 simple, soul-nourishing ways to reignite that inner glow. No gym memberships required, no fancy gadgets, just you showing up for yourself. We'll start with 2 today that might surprise you with how easily they fit into your life. Remember this? That tingle in your fingers when you threaded a needle for your first embroidery project, or the smell of sawdust in your dad's workshop. Maybe it was the way time vanished when you strummed that old guitar. Activity number 1, the Hobby Resurrection Project. Our first spark finder is simpler than you think. Dig up an old love affair, not with a person, with a passion, that thing you used to do before mortgages and carpool lanes took over. Neuroscientists call this reminiscence therapy, but I call it dusting off your joy. Why does it work? Because when we reconnect with activities tied to happy memories, it lights up our brains like a Christmas tree. My friend George hadn't touched his trumpet since Nixon was president, found it in his attic last winter, dents and all. First time he played Moon River, croaky as a bullfrog, but 2 months later, grins. He's playing weekly with a little senior jazz combo down at the community center. Says it makes him feel 17 again, minus the acne. Where to start? Easy. Grab a cuppa this afternoon and ask yourself, what made 25-year-old me absolutely lose track of time? Was it sketching at the park? Baking pies that made the neighbors swoon? Tinkering with engines? Don't overthink it. Then, do the tiniest version. If you loved gardening, start with 1 pot of herbs on your windowsill. If you adored painting, grab a $5 watercolor set and doodle your coffee mug. The goal isn't perfection, it's rekindling the feeling. And if that old hobby feels physically tricky now, modify. My arthritis won't let me crochet like I used to, so I switched to chunkier yarn and bigger hooks. Still get that wonderful click-click rhythm that calms my soul. The magic isn't in recreating the past, it's in reclaiming the essence of what lit you up. Activity number 2, the 2 birds connection. Now, our second spark igniter solves 2 problems at once. That little voice saying, I should get out more, and the one whispering, but what would I even do? I call it 2 birds connection, because you're nurturing your social soul while feeding your curiosity. Here's the beautiful part. Shared activities automatically lower barriers. When your hands are busy planting tomatoes or folding origami, conversations flow easier than at those awkward senior mixers. You're focused on the doing, not the what should I say? Take my pal Eleanor. After Walt passed, she rattled around that big house like a pea in a jar. Then she spotted a flyer for a memory quilting group. She hadn't sewn since home ec class, but walking into that room full of women chatting and snipping fabric, softly, she found her people. Now they swap fabric scraps and stories every Tuesday. That quilt? It's covered in Walt's old ties and their granddaughter's baby dresses. Every stitch is a conversation. How to dip your toes in. Start absurdly small. If joining a group feels overwhelming, try a parallel play activity first. Visit the community garden just to smell the rosemary. Pop into the library knitting circle and listen for 10 minutes. No pressure to perform, just soak in the warmth of shared space. The secret? Choose something that makes your heart whisper, ooh, not what your daughter thinks you should do. Always loved birds? Try a birdwatching walk. Miss singing? Find a senior choir that welcomes enthusiastic amateurs. Curious about Tai Chi? Many community centers offer gentle beginner classes. The goal is connection through creation, making, Something beautiful, whether it's a clay pot or just a lovely Tuesday morning. Look at that sunlight catching the dust motes. Reminds me, joy isn't some grand destination. It's the small deliberate choices we make to turn toward the light. Today, maybe you'll dig out those old watercolors, or call the senior center about that pottery class. What matters is this: you showed up for yourself today. You said, "My spark matters." And that, my friend, is the bravest, most beautiful step. Next time, we'll explore 2 more unexpected paths to joy, including one that requires nothing but your attention. And maybe a comfortable pair of shoes. But for now, I'd love to hear what hobby you're dreaming of resurrecting. Scribble it in the comments, even if it's just thinking about gardening. Because here's the truth: your spark isn't just for you. When you light it, you help us all glow a little brighter. You know, after we talked last time about dusting off old hobbies and finding your tribe, I got the loveliest note from Martha in Ohio. She wrote, "Betty, I dug out my embroidery hoops. My stitches are wobbly as a newborn colt, but oh, the peace. It's like coming home to a room I'd forgotten existed. Isn't that just wonderful?" It's not about perfect French knots, is it? It's about that quiet hum of contentment, that peace Martha found. That brings us beautifully to our 3rd spark finder. It's something we carry with us every single moment, costs absolutely nothing, and yet we often forget to open the gift. Activity number 3, the art of everyday attention. Now, don't let the word art intimidate you. This isn't about becoming Picasso. It's about shifting our gaze just a little. Think about it. How often do we rush through our days on autopilot? The tea is drunk, but did we taste the warmth spreading down our throat? The bird sings outside, but did we hear the trill at the end of its song? This kind of attention, mindful, gentle noticing, is pure fuel for joy, especially right now. It anchors us firmly in the present moment, a place worry about tomorrow or regrets about yesterday can't easily invade. And the beauty? You can practice it anywhere, anytime, with anything. Coffee meditation. He says those few mindful minutes set his whole day on a calmer, brighter path. It's not about emptying your mind. Goodness knows mine chatters like a squirrel. It's about choosing where to rest your focus, gently bringing it back when it wanders. Or try this. Find a small object, a leaf, a seashell, this little stone I found at the lake. Spend 5 minutes just exploring it with your senses. What shapes and colors do you see? How does it feel? Cool, smooth, rough in places? Does it have a scent? Trace its edges with your finger. It sounds simple, almost silly, doesn't it? But this simple act of deep noticing, it's like a mini vacation for your soul. It reminds you the world is still full of intricate, quiet wonders. You're not trying to achieve some mystical state. You're just practicing seeing again. Seeing the way sunlight paints patterns on the floor, hearing the different notes in the rain, feeling the softness of your cat's fur under your fingertips. These tiny moments of presence weave threads of quiet joy through your whole day. And speaking of stepping outside, remember I mentioned a comfortable pair of shoes? Well, lace them up, my friend, because our 4th spark finder takes us right out that door. Activity number 4, nature's gentle embrace. Now, I know what you might be. Thinking, "Betty, hiking mountains. My knees sing opera if I walk to the mailbox." Laughs warmly. Oh, believe me, I hear you. This isn't about conquering trails or racking up miles. It's about immersion, not exertion. It's about letting the natural world, in whatever form you can access it, work its quiet magic on your spirit. Science shouts it from the E. Rooftops, spending time in nature lowers stress, lifts mood, and even helps us think clearer. But forget the science for a moment. Remember how you felt as a child lying in the grass watching clouds, or the deep calm of sitting by a lake. That feeling is still available. We just need to seek it out in ways that fit us now. The micro-adventure. Can you sit in your backyard for 10 minutes? On your balcony, even by an open window? That counts. Feel the air on your skin. Listen. What birds can you hear? Watch the leaves dance. Breathe deeply. That's nature's embrace. The purposeful stroll. Forget speed or distance. Walk slowly around your block. Notice the gardens. Smell the flowers someone planted. Feel the different textures underfoot. Smooth pavement, maybe some gravel, Soft grass if you step onto it. Stop and watch a squirrel's antics. No agenda, just noticing. Bringing nature in. If getting out is tough, invite nature in. Nurture a windowsill herb garden. Watch birds at a feeder. Arrange a vase of branches or wildflowers. Even watching a nature documentary with your full attention can spark that sense of awe. There's a deep, ancient rhythm in nature. The slow unfurling of a fern, the patient growth of a tree, the constant renewal. Spending time with it reminds us of that same enduring rhythm within ourselves. It puts our worries into perspective. It whispers, "You are part of something vast and beautiful. Just breathe, just be." So we've stitched together quite a tapestry today, haven't we? The mindful attention to the small wonders right in front of us, and the gentle, grounding embrace of the natural world. Simple threads yet woven together. They create such warmth and light. It's easy to think joy needs to be a grand fireworks display. But more often, it's the quiet glow of noticing the dandelion pushing through the pavement. It's the deep satisfaction of truly seeing your cup of tea. It's the peace found under your own maple tree. These sparks we're finding, they aren't about adding more to our to-do list. They're about shifting how we experience the list we already have. They're about reclaiming the wonder that's been here all along. So I'd love to hear how you're weaving these threads into your days. Found a perfect noticing stone? Spotted a blue jay from your window? Share your little moments of found joy down below. Your spark inspires us all. Until then, keep your eyes open to the quiet miracles. Well, look at this. My attempt at a sunshine yellow glaze turned out more like enthusiastic mustard. But you know what? Every time I sip my tea from it, I grin. It's wobbly. It's unique. It's mine. And it reminds me of something important we often forget. Joy doesn't demand perfection. It thrives on trying. After our last chat about noticing the little wonders and soaking up nature's calm, I found myself thinking about Martha's wobbly stitches, George's croaky trumpet, and Frank's mindful coffee. And I realized something beautiful. We've been gathering kindling, those resurrected hobbies, that shared connection, the mindful moments, the nature whispers. Now, it's time to gently blow on those embers and see what beautiful, unique flame wants to catch. Spark number 5, the delight of why not? Curiosity. This spark isn't about finding one grand passion. It's about rediscovering the sheer childlike pleasure of wondering what if and why not try without any pressure for an outcome. It's about letting your interest wander like a happy butterfly. Think back. Before bills and responsibilities, wasn't there a delicious freedom in just exploring? Trying something simply because it looked interesting? That freedom is yours again. Curiosity is the oxygen for your spark. It keeps the flame alive and dancing. So how do we fan this flame? Follow the gentle nudge. Heard an interesting snippet on the radio about local history. Jot it down, look it up later. Saw a flyer for a beginner's ukulele group? Pop in and just listen for 10 minutes. Notice you're always drawn to pictures of the ocean. Get a seashell for your desk, borrow a book about tides. Don't overthink it. Just follow the tiny ooh, embrace the beginner's mind and mess. Give yourself absolute permission to be gloriously bad at something new. Sign up for that watercolor class, even if you can't draw a straight line. Try baking sourdough. If it becomes a doorstop, laugh and make toast. The goal isn't mastery by Tuesday, it's the fun of the attempt, the surprise of what you do discover you enjoy. Swap should for could. Instead of, I should learn Spanish, try I could learn one friendly greeting this week. Instead of I should get fit, try I could try that gentle seated yoga video on YouTube today. See the difference? Could is an invitation. Should is a scolding. Invite yourself to play. This notebook. It's my curiosity catch-all, no rules, one that not only lights your path, but can illuminate the way for others too. Spark. Per 6. Sharing. Your unique light. This isn't about writing a memoir or building a monument, unless you want to. It's about recognizing that the sparks you've rediscovered, that joy, that peace, that curiosity, they have a beautiful ripple effect. Sharing your spark, in whatever small, authentic way feels right to you, is the deepest kind of legacy. It's saying, this brought me light. Maybe it will bring you some too. Share the process, not just the product. Invite a grandchild or a neighbor's child to paint with you, wobbly lines and all. Let them see you try, maybe even make a happy mistake. Show them the joy in creating, not just the finished piece. That's a priceless lesson. Pass on a practical spark. Teach a friend how to make your famous apple crumble. The secret isn't just the recipe, it's the love stirred in. Show someone at the garden club how you saved your drooping fern. Offer to help the new member at the knitting circle figure out casting on. Your hard-won wisdom is a gift, the gift of presence and story. Sometimes sharing your spark is simply being truly present with someone. Listening deeply to a friend. Sharing a funny memory from your youth. Reading aloud at a senior center or children's story hour. Your voice, your attention, your lived experience, that's your light shining. Quiet contributions. Don't underestimate the power of a handwritten note of encouragement, tending a community garden plot, or donating those blankets you're knitting. Group made. Your spark travels farther than you know. Rediscovering your spark isn't about recapturing youth. It's about embracing the unique, seasoned, beautiful light you are right now. It's George finding jazz in his attic trumpet. It's Eleanor stitching love and loss into a quilt with new friends. It's Frank tasting peace in his morning coffee. It's Martha's wobbly, joyful stitches. It's you sitting right here, choosing to seek out your own glow. So, my dear friend, as we wrap up our time together, remember this. Your spark was never truly gone. It was waiting for you to remember where you left it. In the hobby box, in the quiet morning moment, under the open sky in the why not. Ciao, and in the simple act of sharing your warmth. Resurrect a joy 2. Notice the wonder 3. Embrace why not. 1. Share your light. These aren't chores, they're invitations. Pick one tiny ember that glows for you right now and give it just a little breath this week. That's how fires start. That's how we keep our inner world bright, no matter the season outside. Thank you for spending this time with me. I'd be truly honored to hear which spark is calling to you, or how you're already shining your light. Share your story below. Your journey inspires us all. If this resonated, give the video a thumbs up. It helps others find their way here. And if you'd like more gentle encouragement for living your fullest, richest life after 60, consider subscribing. It's wonderful to have you here. Here's to you. Here's to your beautiful, enduring, uniquely yours spark. Go gently, shine brightly, and remember, it's never too late to glow. Look at this enthusiastic mustard glaze. Every sip makes me grin. It's wobbly, unique. Mine. And it whispers, joy thrives on trying, not perfection. After our last chat about nature's calm and everyday wonder, I realized we've gathered kindling, resurrected hobbies, shared moments, mindful breaths. Now, we gently blow on those embers. Spark, number 5, the delight of why not? Curiosity. This is childlike wonder set free. No pressure, just what if and why not. Follow the gentle nudge. Heard a fact about local history, jot it down. Saw a ukulele class. Pop in and listen. Embrace the glorious mess, be gloriously bad at something new. Sourdough a doorstop? Laugh and make toast. Swap should for could. I could learn one friendly greeting this week. Could is an invitation. Should is a scolding. This is my curiosity catch-all. No rules, just things that made me pause. Let it be your map back to wonder. Spark number 6, sharing your unique light. Your rediscovered sparks ripple outward. Sharing them, that's your gentle legacy. Share the process. Invite a grandchild to paint wobbly lines with you. Show the joy in creating. Pass on practical sparks. Teach your famous apple crumble, secret ingredient, love, the gift of presence. Listen deeply. Read aloud. Your lived experience is your light. George's attic trumpet, Eleanor's memory quilt, Frank's mindful coffee, Martha's wobbly stitches. Your choice to seek your glow. This isn't recapturing youth. It's embracing the seasoned light you are now. You've carried so much, achieved, provided, held others steady. But now, this chapter isn't about doing. It's about remembering how to be, like a seed resting in dark soil. You are not dormant, you are gathering, rooting into depths only time can reveal. Release the old measure of worth. Your value lives in the quiet courage to unfold slowly, to touch wonder in a sunbeam, to savor silence without filling it. When the world asks, "What do you do?" let your smile be the answer. I am becoming. Your story isn't finished. It's learning to breathe, for hearts weary of rushing, for souls ready to bloom in their own time. Elderly Paradox walks beside you. Now, let the quiet hold you. Just breathe.